Hello friends, welcome you back once again in Geological Knowledge. So in the previous video we have talked about the very important topic, that is the kinds of metamorphic rocks, in which we have talked about basically the basic concept or the basic overview of the different types of metamorphic rocks and how they are being produced and what are their distinguishing property on the basis of which you can identify their temperature and successive pressure conditions on which they are being metamorphosed or they are occurring in the earth's crust, okay, or in the interior of the earth. So in the continuation of that series, today we will discuss another very important video, that is the structures of the metamorphic rocks. Okay, so structures and textures of metamorphic rocks, these are two very important facts or the very important factors about the petrology, whether you talk about the igneous, metamorphic or sedimentary petrology. So in all these three branches, the structures and the textures of the particular rock, these are very important from the exam point of view. Its significance is very much, because you can identify or you can distinguish between different rock composition or their different rocks on the basis of these two properties, that is the structure and the texture of the particular rock section. We all know that is the structure, that is a structure is a three-dimensional property that we can observe in the field, and texture is a two-dimensional property that we can identify under the microscope. Okay, so that will be the today's discussion of our topic. So topic is the structures of the metamorphic rocks. So let's start our discussion. And this will be the first video. There will be two videos in that sequence. Okay, so first video today we will discuss, and very first question that is dealing with the which is the structure with extremely fine rock mass. Means what is that structure which has very fine rock mass? Cataclastic structure, gneiss structure, schistose structure, or the maculose structure. So we all know, when we were talking about or when we have talked about the fault structural geology, in which we have talked about the products of the faulting process. So there we have talked about the cataclasis, myelonites, fault gauze or the fault breccias. All these things we have talked about, and that question is little bit similar to that, that which is the structure with extremely fine grained rock mass or fine rock mass. Okay, so we all know that is the cataclastic structure. And what is that structure? So we can define or cataclastic structure that is generally found in the rocks such as crust breccias and the myelonites. Okay, so if you remember that particular video, you can watch that video in the playlist. I don't remember the video number, okay, or the part number, I don't remember. But if you have seen that particular video, there we have also talked about that how the cataclastic rocks or the cataclastic structure that is being formed. So the main process is that they are found in the rocks such as the crust breccias or the myelonites, and these rocks are formed mainly under the influence of shearing stresses in the upper zones of earth's crust, and that's why harder constituents of the rocks, they are broken into smaller pieces. Okay, so harder rocks, they are broken in smaller pieces, whereas the softer ones, they are crushed to a powdery material, or you will find them in a powder form, because they are crushed up to the intensity or the magnitude of the faulting or the metamorphose process, that is so intense, or the shearing stresses, these are so intense, that is the harder minerals or the harder constituents of the rock, they are broken into pieces, while the softer ones, they are crushed into a fine powder like material. Okay, and same you can see in the description box. So cataclastic structure is characterized by the development of extremely fine rock mass under the influence of severe crushing as well as the shearing effect operating during the process of metamorphism. Okay, so correct option here is cataclastic structure, option A. Next one is, give an example of a rock with cataclastic structure. We have to give an example with cataclastic structure: schist, marble, slate, or the organ gneiss. Okay, so the effect of shearing as well as the crushing in the metamorphic rocks undergone metamorphism, they can be observed in the rock which are spread over the wide areas, and rocks like crustbrexia, malonite and slate, these show this type of structure. Okay, and we all know that slates are, these are composed of very fine grained mixture of the micas, chlorite, or sometimes quartz and feldspar, they also occur. Okay, that's not the point of our discussion, but you must understand the process. Okay, so give an example of rock with a cataclastic structure. So here example C, sorry, the option C, slate, that will be the correct option. And some other examples are also there in the description. As you can see, rocks like crustbrexia or the malonites and the slate, they, all these three types of rocks, these show this type of cataclastic structure. Third one is structure involving flaky or the rod like structures, that is known as, means the metamorphic structures which involve the flaky or the rod like structures, it's known as. So firstly you must understand that what is the flaky or the rod like structures. Okay, so flaky, we can define him like tending to break into smaller pieces. Okay, so flaky or the rod like means they tend to break in smaller pieces. Okay, and options, as you can see, cataclastic, cystos, gneissos, or the maculose structure. Okay, so option is here cystos structure. Okay, so rod like or the flaky rod like structures, they are involving in case of cystos structure. Okay, so what is cystos structure? So the most obvious structural feature of the most metamorphic rocks, that is the particular alignment of metamorphic minerals or particular alignment of minerals in parallel layers. Okay, so because of that metamorphic activity in the cystos structure, the metamorphic rocks or the minerals, they are aligned, they get aligned in a parallel layers, and this arrangement of these platy as well as the flaky minerals, that is being brought about by the recrystallization process during the process of the regional metamorphic especially. Okay, so this platy and the flaky nature of that particular metamorphic minerals, that is being carried out because of the recrystallization process that takes place during the regional metamorphic process, and that process is known as, or the changes which are being taking place, or the changes which have been brought about the recrystallization during the regional metamorphism, that is known as foliations. Okay, and a foliated rock that is in coarse grain or the largely composed of flaky minerals or the platy minerals, that is known as schist. Okay, so that's the best example of flaky or the platy minerals or the foliations. Okay, so the rock with the schistose structure, that is made up of broadly parallel or subparallel layers, or the bands of flaky, platy, or the rod-like minerals which make it very weak in the direction of parallelism. Okay, so correct option here, that will be schistose structure. So you have to just remember the flaky or the rod-like structure. Okay, or the foliation planes that will be developed in that particular rock section. Fourth one is the structure which also has flaky appearance and bands other than schistose. Okay, so we have talked about previously in question number 3, that is the bands the subparallel layers or the bands of flaky platy mineral rod like minerals that make it weak in the direction of parallelism in case of cystose structure. And the question here is the structure which also has flaky appearance and bands other than the cystose structure is known as cataclastic, cystose, nysose or the maculose structure. So nysose structure that has also band like structure, okay, that also look like a band, but the difference is important for you to understand. Okay, so nysose in rock that have been thoroughly recrystallized under the conditions of high grade metamorphism. Okay, the condition is the condition of high grade metamorphism. The light and the dark minerals, they may segregate into alternate bands parallel to the cystosity. Okay, so because of that metamorphic activity, the dark and lighter minerals, they may separate out into alternate bands. One will be lighter and one will be darker in color, parallel to the cystosity, and such a coarse grained metamorphic rock showing the banded or the streaked appearance, that is known as gneiss, and this structure is known as nysose structure. And the light color bands, they are composed of generally quartz or the feldspar, means generally the silicate minerals especially. Okay, silicate minerals, we all know that is they are light in color, so that's why the light color bands, they are composed of quartz and feldspar, while the dark colored bands, they contain ferromagnesium or the felsic minerals. Okay, and in case of the nysosic rock, the planes of the cystosity, they are poorly defined. Okay, these planes we cannot define particularly that what is their direction or in which direction they are getting aligned. Okay, but the light and dark color bands, they will be the key factor for you to understand the nysose structure. And you can see in the description, in nysose structure, bands or the foliation or the folia. Okay, so folia is the plural noun or plural number, and in singular number we call them foliation. So bands or the folia of platy and the flaky minerals with alternate with those of the equidimensional as well as the granular minerals. Okay, so correct option in this case, that will be the option C, nysose structure. Next one is, fifth one is, there is a statement given here, nysose is indicative of advanced degree of metamorphism. So there is a statement that is the nysose, that is a indicative of advanced degree of metamorphism. So you have to tell whether it's true or false. So the nysose texture or the nysose structure, as we have talked about, that is indicative of an advanced degree of metamorphism under the combined action of high temperature and high pressure as well as the active participation of fluid content. Okay, so we have already talked about previously when we were talking about the nysose structure, that is the rocks, they have been thoroughly recrystallized under the condition of high grade metamorphism. So high grade metamorphism that takes place at high temperature and pressure as well as the chemically active participating fluid. Okay, so these are three main components of the nysose structure or the nysose structure or to take place. Okay, so the statement that nysose is indicative of advanced degree of metamorphism, so that statement is true. Sixth one is, structure involving porphyroblast is known as, means which structure involves the porphyroblast? Cataclastic structure, cystose structure, nysose structure or the maculose structure. Okay, so that is the maculose structure. And how it occurs or how that is formed? So when the argillaceous rocks, they are generally subjected to the contact metamorphism. So a spotted rock that is formed in areas where the incomplete recrystallization takes place, and this spots in the Spotted rocks, they are due to the development of bigger crystals of some minerals like andesite or kyanite, okay, within the fine grained ground mass, and this structure this is known as the maculose structure. Okay, so what is the formation behind that maculose structure? So a spotted rock in areas where the incomplete recrystallization takes place. So because of that incomplete recrystallization, spots in the spotted rocks, they are due to the development of bigger crystal, and these bigger crystals, they are known as porphyroblast. Okay, and the best example of porphyroblast, that mineral, that is the andesite. Okay, so porphyroblast within the fine grained ground mass, that is known as the porphyroblastic texture, as we can call them. Okay, so this structure which is formed with that process, that is known as maculose structure, and you can see the same in the description box. So maculose structure is characterized by a spotted appearance of the rock that may have caused due to the formation of the large sized crystals called porphyroblast within an otherwise fine grained rock, which is known as ground mass. Okay, so correct option here will be option D, maculose structure. Seventh one is the structure similar to maculose is known as. Which structure is similar to maculose? Cataclastic, spotted structure, cataclastic structure, cystose structure, organ structure, or the maculose structure. So obviously maculose will not be the part. So organosis or organ structure, that is very, organ structure is broadly similar to maculose type and is typical of metamorphic rocks in which the effects of crushing under the pressure, they are clearly associated with the process of recrystallization. Okay, so here the option organosis or the organ structure, that will be the correct option. Eighth one is which structure has lens like shaped structure? Cataclastic, cystose, organ structure, or the maculose structure. So again it's lens like, we all know that is the organosis, we would have heard the term organosis. Okay, so that is eye like structure. Okay, we can also call them the eye like structure. Okay, and so in organ structure, some resistant minerals, they get deformed into thin lenticular lenses like shapes, giving a characteristic appearance to the rock section or to the rocks. Okay, so here the correct option, that will be option C, organ structure. Ninth one is the metamorphic rock showing granulose structure is, means which metamorphic rock that shows granulose structure? Gneiss, slate, schist, or the marble. Okay, so firstly you must understand that what is the granulose structure. So this type of structure, they are being produced because of the occurrence of the equidimensional mineral grains. Okay, you will find the granulose structure that is produced due to the predominance of equidimensional mineral grains such as the quartz, feldspar, pyroxene, or the calcites. Okay, and the flaky minerals, they are either absent or present only in smaller amounts. Okay, so more or less the dimension, the grains, they are, or the minerals, they are equidimensional in nature. And the granulose structure, that is characteristic of rocks such as the marble and quartzites, and because of the granulose rocks have even grained structure, they break with a rough fracture surface. Okay, so their size, their shape, that is equidimensional minerals occurring, that's why they break with a rough structure, rough fracture surfaces. Okay, so now you can easily answer this question, that is the marble. So granulose structure is typical structure of metamorphic rocks like marble and quartzites, and that is characterized by essentially granular characteristic Granular character of the constituent minerals. Okay, so granular structure, that is mean of the equidimensional minerals. Okay, predominance of the equidimensional minerals. So this was our discussion about the basic metamorphic structures of the metamorphic rocks, and in the next video we will talk about some other questions related to this particular topic. Okay. Thank you.